I started feeling sick. It was probably around like the 18th of December. And I vividly remember I was at work and I was just like overwhelmed with exhaustion. I took care of my client and I went home that night, and I remember telling Scott, I was like, I just really don't feel well. I called out of work the next day, and then again the day after that, I decided that I should probably go to the doctor, and they started running all these tests and everything, and I called Scott and I was like, I'm in the emergency room, and he was like, should I come? And I was like, no, I'll be fine. Don't worry, it's totally fine. And then they ended up admitting me. It was the next morning that everybody started getting all this stuff ready, and they told me that I was going to be transported down to Lahey.
At that point, you still didn't feel that bad. I mean,
Yeah.
You looked really sick, but...
I was kind of like uncomfortable because the big part about it was I had this really big pressure in my abdomen, and I felt like I had like really bad heartburn. And I think the big turning point for me was trying to decide what I wanted for breakfast. I could read it and I knew what I wanted, but I just couldn't tell him to help me.
When she went into a coma, she was like that for a few days, and they didn't know if they were going to be able to find a donor in time. She needed a full liver. So it was basically a waiting game. It was what seemed like the longest waiting game that I've ever had to play. But it was New Year's Day. We got a phone call saying that they had located a donor. It was, honestly, it was a miracle. I mean, I don't know how else to describe it. On New Year's Day, April got a second chance at life. Just to hear her voice again was pretty incredible.
Yeah, he was crying, and I was like, why are you
to.
crying? And he was like, I'm just crying because I'm so happy. And it was the best thing ever.
When we got here, I mean, we were obviously at one of the scariest points in our entire lives. And especially after April got sick, I could tell from, I mean, the way that they were treating April, the way that they were treating us and her family, the care that they were giving her, that this is exactly where she needed to be.
It's amazing to me every single day. I absolutely feel like this is my second life. And I hear people constantly like, I mean, I'm a hairdresser, so I'm kind of like a therapist. And I hear people all the time who want to complain about little things that honestly just don't matter, but you don't understand how little they matter until your life is really put in that position. You know, I was hours away from not being here, and to understanding that and getting to still be here and getting to experience things. I mean, I cried when the snow melted because I got to see grass and smell flowers. I got to go to the beach and walk in the sand, and it was amazing.
It really puts a new perspective on life, so even things like walking the dogs, I mean, just simple things like that mean the world to me now.
I think the next year holds just so much amazing, so many awesome experiences, and I just can't wait.